Hey everybody, welcome to an episode of Cooking in the Kitchen with Breath. Today, we're going to be making French fries. So here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a potato. This is a microwavable one. This is a russet potato. You can just get a regular potato and you can just, cook one, but we're just going to do a microwavable one because it's easier and it tastes pretty much the same. You need a knife, cutting board to cut your potatoes. You need a bowl. You need you need your pepper and your salt. I like pink Himalayan salt, and I like pink salt is really good. And then you just need like any kind of pepper. You need olive oil. You need a bit of paprika, just a tiny bit of paprika. You don't want too much. And then you're going to need also a bit of onion powder too. So those are the ingredients you're going to want to use. Alright, so then what you want to do is you want to put your potato into the microwave. This one's microwavable. You can also use a stove, but I did, but this takes much longer, and this comes out pretty much the same, honestly, just as long as the potato's cooked and not blisteringly hard. Now, this is the important part. Depends on every microwave, but for me, a minute 30 is usually pretty good. And you want to make sure that your potato isn't too mushy, but you also want to make sure that it is not too difficult to cut. Because if it's too mushy, when you cut it, it's just gonna. But if it's too difficult to cut, then you're gonna take forever. So you want kind of that sweet spot. Also, it's gonna you get soggy fries if they're too soft. They'll absorb the olive oil too easily. So we just wait for this to finish. All right, so I just took the potato out of the microwave, and I actually put it in for a minute 45 because it was a bit too. So basically, I think a minute 45 is good. It definitely depends on your microwave, but for me, I just do a minute 45, and then it just cooks the potato. So now you obviously want to get rid of the plastic stuff that was on there. I took it off. I used these scissors just to cut them off. Keep in mind the potato is a bit hot, so just watch out for that. But if it is good, then it should be a tad bit steamy, and then in that case you are ready to start cutting. Now the first thing I do is I cut the potato pretty much in half. Kind of difficult to do it with one hand, but I pretty much cut the potato in half to start it off, and then I will cut it again in half just like this. So this is what I do, and basically at this point I just kind of cut them into fries. You can also use a fry machine where you pull something back and then it just it makes the fries, but I don't have one of those, so I'm just using this knife to cut the potatoes. So, cut the potatoes in the fries. So basically, you just want to take one chunk of these and you can kind of cut them into these fries. There's only a couple here right now. But then basically, once you've done to do that, you essentially want to put them into a bowl just to kind of get them off the tray. I would push them in, but I'm holding the camera with one hand and the tray with the other, and they don't really want to move off. So, I like to do these one at a time, and then you can put these all into the bowl. Here's another important tip. Make sure you separate your actual fries from just potatoes that have, as I said before, when you cut, occasionally things can come off. Things can be too skinny to be fries. Things can just be, this. So it's essential that you separate these from your actual fries. Don't put them into the fryer with these, because it's just going to cause these weird potato. It's just completely burnt potato chunk, and it doesn't go well. So always be sure to just check your fries, separate what you would want to be to a fry to what is obviously just residue and garbage. Alright, so I've cut this entire potato and put it into this bowl, which is pretty much what you want to do. Separated the bad potato from the good potato. You want the spoon too, because you're going to be mixing stuff. So the first thing you need to do is you need to add olive oil. Now, olive oil is really important to the French fry process because it's going to allow it to fry better. So I put about a half or 1.5 tablespoons, because this one's a half tablespoon. So I put about 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil in there. All right, so now you basically want to just mix all of your fries in here with the olive oil. It's also important to know that the olive oil does allow the your spices and salt and pepper to stick to the fries to give it maximum flavor. Basically mix that in. I've been mixing it for a bit. Basically mix that in, and then also set your fryer, or at least warm it up for a bit, so that way it's warmed up and ready to cook. It's not going to be like cold in there when you put your fries in. Now at this point you want to add your salt and your pepper. Now you want to add a lot, and I can't stress this enough, you need to add a lot of pepper. Pepper is probably the most important when it comes to making French fries, because that's like where a lot of it's going to come from, the pepper. So add a lot of pepper. As you can see, I add a lot of pepper, and you can also see that it sticks to the fries and not to the bottom of the bowl. And also I add a lot of salt too, because salty fries are good too. And also that's on the fries too, but you can't see it. I can't use this, it doesn't pour. You gotta twist the cap, and it grinds the salt. So yeah, but basically be sure to add a lot of salt and a lot of pepper. So now you want to add I have a bit of paprika. Paprika goes pretty good. You don't want too much paprika. I just have this paprika. And you basically just want to pour not too much of it, but just like maybe about that much on your fries. Not much. Then you want to stir them, give them a good couple stirs. And then do it again. Once again, you don't want to do that much. Give it another stir. And that's probably pretty good right there. Once again, you don't want too much, because the paprika can become super overwhelming. Same ordeal once again with the onion powder. Even less this time, honestly. Just like yeah, that up right there. That is enough. That's enough. Stir it. It's gonna smell like onions now, but it will taste really good. So stir up, and then pretty much, yep, there you go. So now you basically want to take your fries and just simply pour them into the bowl. And there you go. And then simply just put them in. Now, me personally, I set mine at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. You see right there, 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And then you want to set the time to about, I'd do 14 to 15 minutes. And then basically just let it do its thing. Now, since it's at 14 minutes, it's about 7 minutes, you want to check it. I'll probably check it at 8, just because this is a bit longer than I usually do it. But I'd probably check it at every about 5 minutes. I'd check it. If you do 15, take the bowl and then just shake it.